You know what it is, black and yellow, black and yellow, black. Yeah. Have you ever found yourself videoing at a party and maybe actually making it into an entire video? Maybe you're being paid to do so, maybe you're just perving on some girls on Snapchat and you thought, hey, this might make a cool little PMV video. Well, this is how we actually go to edit those videos and the process I take to edit those videos. Before the edit even starts to begin to take place, what you want to do is watch every single video you've taken. Now, while you're doing that, you want to focus on key parts of the video. And what you want to do is after you've found out that key element of the video or something you think you can use from that video, you want to label it as the key part of that video. So for example, if a 30-second video is pretty boring, but in it has a moment where someone is pouring champagne out of the window of a building into a cup outside, you can label that as champagne pour outside the window. It just saves you time and it makes your whole editing process a lot more efficient. Step 2, get in the zone. So this step, again, just like step number 1, is before you start to actually edit the video. It's the planning beforehand. You want to get in the zone of the style of video you're trying to make. And what you want to do is get into the mind zone, the mindset, the frame of mind. I've phrased that 3 different times of the video you're trying to make. And you want to keep that in mind. You want to keep in mind what the client actually wants, because you'll see some people, one of my clients loves 90s hip hop. He loves that genre. So every time I made a video for him, he always asked me to make it 90s based, if that makes sense. He wants a song that's kind of timeless. Everyone knows it, everyone can sing along to it, it never gets boring, and he wants that on all of his videos. So to get into the mindset of editing his styles of videos, I would simply just go to Spotify, type in like 90s hip hop music playlist and see what comes up and just press play and just immerse myself in that kind of music. And another thing for step 2 is to create a mind map. This is while you're listening to the music, obviously. What you want to do is just list everything you remember and everything that you've just seen from the night. It could be, because something you remember might not be on video. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then see where they connect. So step number 2, get in the zone, create a mind map, boom. Step number 3, now I get serious. Step 3, create narrative. So step number 3 is to make a narrative or a story to the video. Yes, it's gonna be probably be 1 minute long for Instagram, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have structure, it doesn't have a flow, it doesn't have a story. So my first video started like this. It was a 3-step zoom in of London. One was very wide, you just saw buildings everywhere, and then it zoomed in a bit and you saw cars moving between buildings, and it zoomed in again, and then we were all there waiting to go to the party. So step number 3, you are literally limited by your own creativity to create some sort of story or narrative for your videos. Step 4, add to timeline. So step number 4 is when we finally start to edit the video, and the first thing you want to do is just go through every single video you have in your bin at the top that you've either labeled or you just scan through quickly again and you think, oh, I could use this, and just drag and drop it into your timeline. Don't even think about where it lands, just put it in there. It's better to work from the timeline than to constantly keep going back. But obviously you're dragging with purpose like you do with any part of the editing process. It kind of gives you something to stick by when you're doing it, you know? Step 5, the edit. All the previous steps before have led to step number 5, which is finally editing the video, whatever you have in that timeline, whatever is in your bin, whatever you've got on your mind map, whatever mindset you're in, it's time to start editing. And this part I can't really say much about because, you know, it's your edit. I can't tell you to edit like this. Same way no one can tell me to edit like that, because it's all your own creativity. You are the director, you are the editor, you are the colorist, you are everything. You need to decide on how you want to edit your video. This is all up to you. You would need to just sit down and see what comes to you, to your brain, I can give you all the clips that I've used for a party and you would make something completely different to what I've made just based on what you feel watching those videos. The only real tip I can give for step number 5 is to not feel bogged down in what you've made, and if it's because you've made it you can't change it, because ultimately A, it just shows you're lazy, B, it just shows you're not ready to put the effort in to make something bang off the page or off the screen when someone's watching it. If you watch it back, if you genuinely watch your video back from start to finish after it's finished and you don't feel somewhat joyful, sorry that was a bit gay, from watching that, then it's just a sign that you need to redo it. So don't feel like just because you finished the edit it's really finished. You need to feel good. If you don't feel good and you pass it on to a client or pass it on to or whoever's going to watch it, why would you think that they would think it's good? If you don't feel proud of your own work, why give it to them? am. So just take the time, really analyze your work before you show it to anyone, before you send it to anyone, and just say, is this the best I can do with what I have? And that is it. They are the 5 steps to editing a party video. If there is a step I have left out that you do, please let me know, because I'm always looking to up the game of my own game. That does make sense, but I just said that really badly. Comment below, because I'm always looking to improve my game. I'm trying to become the best filmmaker I can be. Comment, like, subscribe, share if you think my hairline needs some work, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.